Welcome to Mayday Monday. This is a special edition of Mayday Monday. I don't really need this yet. We go live every Monday, pretty much, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time on TikTok. And hey, Mom, Aunt Debbie, this is my family so far. Let's go. Hey, Lindy. Anyways, so I started these back in 2020, and I have been building a family ever since. Hey, Jordan. Hey, Kelly. And this is the first episode in a couple of years that I have an official guest for. So I'm really excited to have Logan Crosby come on in just a minute. I was going to let some folks get in here. We got 200 real quick. That's awesome. Hope y'all don't leave because you think it's going to be boring, because I'm not a good example of what you're going to get, but it's going to be awesome. I found Logan on TikTok probably maybe a year ago now. I think he's hilarious. So this is my first episode to get to do a little talking, a little Q&A. I went to college for mass media communication, so I have a little bit of experience in journalism, but mostly I'm just not scared of much. So the camera also doesn't scare me. It doesn't mean I should be interviewing anyone, because I also don't have a filter of any kind. So I'm going to ask some direct questions and kind of get the feel on what it's like to move to Nashville. In 2022 is when I believe Logan moved, and I moved in 2015. So I'm really interested to know what it looks like when you're chasing that crazy dream that we both seem to be chasing. Here we go. And compare those differences and just get to meet the TikTok fam.
What's up?
What up, dude?
Can you see me and hear me fine?
You're very small on my screen.
Yeah, no, I'm small on mine. That's fine. It's probably better. I have a big mouth on my.
No. How? Okay, you know this is Mama's first time, maybe ever, going live with somebody.
You used to be able to do like a split screen.
Let me see. I don't know. I think I can mute you.
Oh, well, you may have to do that.
Cool. Well, anybody who TikToks on here and knows what they're doing, y'all should let us know how to make Logan bigger, because
we have no idea what's going on.
Recharge is all I'm seeing. Anyway, sorry you're so tiny.
It's okay. It's fine.
How has your day been?
It's been a great day, you know. It's just been a Monday.
Mondays are the best. They're Mayday Mondays.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what made this Monday the best Monday ever.
That's all there is.
So, but Mondays are slow sometimes. But this has made my Monday fun.
Well, you're the first. How do you feel about being the first official guest?
I'm honored. Absolutely honored to be the first guest.
Somebody said, yes. Somebody said it's the accent for me. I'm guessing they're talking about yours, because it wouldn't be mine, please.
I think it may be both of us.
It's a combination.
Yeah, we can't hide where we're from, folks. Sorry.
That's true, but that's a good place to start. So kind of start me out where you're from. You are from Georgia?
I am from a little town in Georgia called Milledgeville. Okay. It is out in the middle of nowhere. I say that. It's like about 2 hours south of Atlanta. We have a little college there. Okay. So that's great. But I think like 15,000 people, which for some people that's big, but I mean, I don't think it's a huge city, but
I think my hometown was like 10,000, so.
Yeah, I mean, and then we have the college. The college has like 6,000 kids. So that's the majority of the population. Yeah. So not a whole lot going on.
So when did you start music?
I think I've done music my whole life. It's kind of been in my family. Obviously, Jason being my cousin, it's kind of always been my first memory of music was going to the Kmart in Milledgeville and getting the Jason Aldean record.
I was about to say, you can't drop that on the folks. These are some of my maniacs from way back. You can't just call out Jason.
Didn't know Jason Aldean is my second cousin. So growing up, it was like, I mean, I remember going to his concert when it wasn't his concert. He was opening for Rascal Flatts back in like
Back in the
2005.
day.
So it's one of those things where I think that it's always just kind of been in the family. And then as I got older, like my parents and my grandparents would make me sing at church. I didn't want to, but I did. And so that's kind of what I think that's kind of how it started. And then as I got older, I learned to play guitar, and then I started playing in bands, started playing at church. And then I guess as I got into college, I'm like, well, hell, I'm going to take my guitar. And that was my party trick for a couple of years before I got serious about music.
That is so funny. So is Georgia not like a massive place for guys to carry guitars around? I feel like there's so many of those good old boy artists in town, and they all came from Georgia.
Yeah, there's a lot of Georgia folks in Nashville. If y'all don't know, about everybody in Nashville's from Georgia. Okay, there's like a couple folks that ain't, but a lot of us are, and
that's the problem.
We've kind of migrated north a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, for me, it was different because growing up in a college town, and the college in Milledgeville is Georgia College, and it's like the public, like liberal arts college. So there's a lot of like art students and music students. So music was always around, but I never really remember there being like a bunch of like country bands and stuff, around when I was growing up at least. I will say that we have a venue in Milledgeville. It's now called Ned Kelly's. It was called Capital City. And I mean, all kinds of people have played at Capital City. I mean, it was the first place that Brantley Gilbert and Colt Ford sang Dirt Road Anthem was in Capital City years ago. A drunk kid named Luke Bryan would get up and do a cover band show there every couple months. I mean, so there's a lot of people coming through. Thomas Archer, the songwriter that wrote a lot of Luke Combs' early stuff, he graduated from the same high school I went to. So there was music all around, but I don't ever remember it being like everybody's got guitars.
I mean, having it at all is pretty awesome compared to my story. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. Like, I'm not saying either one is better or right. Mine is.
No, I want to hear yours because to let everybody know, we've met in person one time.
Yep.
Rewind. It was something. I don't remember. It was
I think you were hosting or emceeing.
I was
playing.
Yes.
Killed it, by the way. Killed it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That was super fun. I never get to sing Miranda Lambert and Carrie Underwood mashups.
Right.
And it was epic. Yeah, well, what I was going to say about my journey is I had to play like Opries and hayrides and like super old classic country shows around, and I hated that. I wanted to be singing Miranda and Carrie and all of that. And now you can't pull me away from classic country. That's clearly the exception. But I went to college too and graduated in Arkansas before I moved. And there was just not a music scene. There weren't venues. My hometown's a dry county, so that kind of hurt my bar scene.
Oh, God.
Still is, yeah. It's pretty crazy. But, what up, Abby? Sorry, there's college in a comment right there. But yeah, so I kind of had no music. And so my whole goal was to move to Nashville. And I was just riding it out till I could move. So I was trying to load up on hours. I graduated early, was working and saving up money because for me, I didn't feel like my music journey started until I got to Nashville.
Right.
Pretty crazy.
Well, and so what college did you go to in Arkansas?
It's a small one called Henderson State University. So it's actually a 2-college town in Arkadelphia, Arkansas.
In Pardon?
Yes, sir. Arkadelphia.
I think they made me say that night.
Probably. And
I think I stopped halfway through, and I'm like, okay, listen. So I don't know.
No, it's for real. That's my husband's hometown. So we met when I was going to college there. But it's funny how stuff doesn't sound funny to you until you get around people, and they're like, and I was like, oh yeah, that is a ridiculous word, but.
Arkadelphia. Hey, I would honestly go. Well, it's a dry county. Never mind. I was going to say I'd drink a beer there, but
okay. Arkadelphia isn't. My hometown of Hope is. But Arkadelphia, it's a college town, so you know they got to get the.
So I'm gonna find somebody to drink a beer with in Arkadelphia.
For sure. Me and you will probably end up playing a show there at some point. It'll be awesome.
And there we go. solves that problem.
So, so I had another question. What made you move to Nashville? What was that always your goal? Was what made Nashville the hub for you even in 2022?
Yeah, so no, I was not. I actually was not going to go. I wasn't going to do music at all. So I went to college and majored in political science, and thought that I wanted to go to law school. And very quickly realized that I was not going to be an attorney. But through that, I found out that there were other things in the government, lawmaking process that I really enjoyed. So I actually worked in college full time for some different people down in Georgia in the government political scene. I was set on doing that. I had a great job when I was in college, and I was enjoying it. And I got a phone call one day from New York City, and these people said, "Hey, we're casting this new TV show called Claim to Fame. Would you like to be on it?" And I was like, "No," and I hung the phone up. And a few minutes later, my uncle called me, so Jason's dad, and he said, "Hey," and he was my manager at the time. He said, "Hey, you need to call these people back, and you need to go do this TV show." And I didn't really want to do it. I was, super on the fence. But about that time is when the music stuff kind of started happening for me, like on TikTok, and I started writing. And I was one of those guys, like, I know there's a lot of people that do the TikTok music stuff, and they don't play shows, and they just post, covers and stuff. But I was one of those people, I set a goal. I said, hey, when you get 10,000 followers on TikTok, you're going to go buy, mic, speakers, chords, everything you're going to start playing.
You're going to invest in yourself.
Exactly. So as soon as I hit 10,000 followers, I went out and started playing bars and sorority events and frat parties and stuff. And then I was like, okay, I really like this. And then, it was confirmed I was going on the show. And so I had to quit my job. I ended up finishing school. Don't know how I finished school, but I did. And as soon as the show, aired, I moved up here. And I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go and I'm gonna do it, put my heart into it. The show definitely helped, kind of get everything off the ground for me. But it was something moving here in the middle of being on a TV show because a lot was going on. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. So you feel like it was helpful. I had like a stint on The Voice where I didn't get to audition because teams filled. It was Kelly's first season, so there were like 32 of us on deck that didn't get to audition. But I wonder how different my career would have gone with national exposure like that, because it can be awesome. And then I've heard some people who are like, man, I wish I could have done it without it and controlled it the whole way. So
yeah,
hard to know, but I'm glad that worked out in your favor.
It definitely was. It was a different show. It wasn't a singing competition, which was great for me. I mean, it was just kind of like just good old American reality television. And it was good.
That's where I found you anyways. I don't know if I didn't know you played music, or quite frankly, maybe had heard you and was like, whatever, one more dude from Georgia singing a song.
Right, exactly.
And kept scrolling. But no, you are hilarious to me. So it's your almost like monologue kind of character on here that made me laugh. And so I was like, okay, I'm buying into this dude in general, and then started hearing your music and I was like, okay, awesome, he is super talented. But I definitely, like, your personality got me first.
Yeah, that's, if the music doesn't work out, probably stand-up comedy, television show host, something like that. But no, but the music's going great.
Yeah. So what was your first step when you started that? You have a couple songs out, I've seen, when I was looking to tag some stuff earlier, but fill us in on where you're at and where you want to be in your music.
Yeah, so when I moved to town, I started, just writing with a lot of different people, and I've been blessed to actually start working with Jonathan Singleton. He's my producer, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And so doing a lot of work with him and the folks over at 50 Egg, and so we're getting some more music out because we have a tour coming up in April, going out on tour with Megan Maroney, who is a good friend of mine. She's from Georgia. Another, just two Georgia folks. Throw us on the bus and let's roll.
Well, she's a girl from Georgia, so we'll take her. She's
a badass from Georgia.
That's a massive tour to be on too, though, dude. Like, first tour, but Megan is hot right now, so that's going to be career changing.
She is something else, and we've been friends for a minute. But she's one of the funniest people, also that I've ever met. I know some people, are like, well, she's a singer. I'm like, well, she could definitely make. She's hilarious. The first time that we actually went, like, got coffee together, we were gonna. I think I had somewhere to be, and she had somewhere to be, so we had like 30 minutes, and we talked, and we both like text the people that we had to meet with, like, hey, we need to push our meetings back, and we sat there and we talked for like 2 hours, and just, I mean, I almost fell on the floor multiple times laughing. It was hilarious.
I'm gonna have to get her on here.
Oh yeah, she's great, awesome, but we're excited. I mean, we're hitting a lot of college towns, going to Arkansas. I've never been to Arkansas.
You got to go up north. That's probably
So
where you're going.
Fayetteville, yeah. So
there you go. Go
we'll
Hogs.
we'll have a blast.
Arkansas. Hey, there's a Razorback up top.
There we go. I know we're hitting a bunch of SEC schools too, which I'm kind of scared because
you should be.
I mean, I love being a Georgia fan, and I'm very proud that I graduated from the University of Georgia. But we may have a target on our backs when we, come up into some of these places.
That's what's so funny to me. I feel like such an alien in Nashville, but in Arkansas too. I guess everywhere. My family was not a sports family, so I, quite frankly, could not give a shit less than I already do about sports.
So, like, I know you're interviewing me, but I'm gonna ask you a question. So, what did y'all do as kids? Like, what did you do?
Played with a stick outside.
Well, okay.
No, we. So I grew up rodeoing. So we were at a rodeo, like kind of watched live sporting events like that, and we were big fans of the PBR. So we would go see it when it came to Little Rock, and my dad watched that. But yeah, I love to go to sporting events. I like to be there. But as far as watching something and trying to keep up with it on TV, first of all, I cannot focus that long. And second of all, no, I don't care.
Yeah. That's how I feel with it. I don't watch NFL. The only thing that I watch is college football, honestly.
Yeah. And that's because your heart's in it, right?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And it's like, because, I mean, I think with us, like, my dad was an Auburn fan, so sorry, Dad, but that was bullshit. And he tried to raise me and my sister Auburn fans, and we did not take the bait. But, like, I mean, for everybody else in our family, it was like Georgia football was a lifestyle. And it's like you grew up, you're going to go to Georgia, you want to go graduate from Georgia. So I think that's what it was. That's why I can't, I mean, like, people are like, oh, let's go watch the NBA finals. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't know who any of these people are. I don't care. Same thing with the NFL. I don't care. I don't know. I have a friend that plays I have a few friends that play in the NFL, but I have a guy that I went to high school with that plays in the NFL. So, like, every once in a while, I'll turn the Browns on, and sorry, Harrison Bryant, but they're usually losing. And so I'm just like, okay, turn it. I just don't care.
Yeah, it's interesting. I see Chancey is a friend of mine. Chancey Neal, incredible artist and songwriter in town. She said rodeo was our sport because she grew up rodeoing more than I did. But it is funny. I guess that is a sport.
There was a rodeo, Shady Dale Rodeo. It was like 45 minutes from us, but it was.
We got to write that song, bud.
It wasn't like a rodeo because I've been to Texas and I saw a rodeo in Texas. I'm like, this is a rodeo.
This just a bunch of rednecks getting on livestock.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, this is just your papa got drunk and wanted to go ride a damn,
That's just Tuesday night, buddy.
Literally.
Well, so what's next with music? That tour is massive, and you're working with some great people that it takes people a long, long time to create those kind of connections. So you're kind of taking the fast track. What are some goals you got for 2023?
More music. I mean, that's kind of the biggest thing is more music. And then, I think I hadn't been, writing for. I know there's a lot of people like we grew up writing songs. We wrote our first song when we were like 12 and whatnot. Funny enough, I started writing Christian music. I thought I wanted to be a Christian artist, to be honest with you. So, I mean, when I graduated from high school, I thought I wanted to do that. So I moved to Atlanta, went to Kennesaw State for a year, which is a school outside of Atlanta. Because, I mean, Atlanta's kind of a hub for Christian music. I mean, you've got Passion City Church, you have North Point Church, Lauren Daigle, Chris Tomlin. A lot of folks have come out of Atlanta that did Christian music. So I thought I wanted to do that. And then I figured out what shooting whiskey and honky tonkin was. and decided that I wasn't going to do that.
That's the devil.
I love the Lord, but I was like, I think I'm going to write country music. So I really only started writing country music, my second year of college. But it was one of those things that I was lucky enough, I think, to figure out as an artist what I wanted to say and what I wanted to, do. And so I think the process of writing has been a little bit easier because I know what I want to say. When I go into a room, I'm like, this is what I want to say. This is how I want to say it. We're going to get to this by doing this. And it's been cool because, I think that's the hardest part of the music stuff. And I'm sure for you, all of us coming to town is figuring out who we are. And, I feel like being able to say, no, this is me and this is my story and I'm going to tell it and be authentic has been awesome. And I think that that's kind of what has made some of the stuff happen as quick as it has. Is just, I'm like, this is what I'm going to do. And people either say, yeah, let's write that, or they're like, no. So,
yeah,
that's kind of it.
Yeah, I'm one of those that's definitely like disappointed that Nashville has made every artist feel like they have to be a songwriter. Because I personally feel like I'm a singer first and then a songwriter. Do you feel like you gravitate more towards writing or more towards performing and entertaining?
Definitely the performance entertainment side of stuff, but it's one of those things that I feel like when I go in and if I want to write something, and and some of the songs that I'm actually putting out this year are outside songs I didn't write. That's one thing Jason Aldean has taught me. So you can make a career not writing your own songs. I mean, I think that.
Well, that's how you make a great career is the thing. I mean, look at George Strait, look at
Right.
Reba McEntire. Like they're just massive,
Exactly.
massive artists.
And the thing about that, and talking to Jason, and him talking about George and some of the guys that have cut outside songs, that's just as hard as writing songs a lot of the time because you're having to take a song that somebody else wrote and you have to make it your own. And so, I mean, that's definitely you have to have an ear for that and a talent for that for sure. But I enjoy writing because I'm able to kind of tell my story, and then I also just like writing all kinds of stuff, And the one thing that I love to do is write for other artists, is be able to say, hey, today I'm going to write for you. And so that's been fun and helping tell their story. But I enjoy both. I just love music and whatnot, and I love people. But, if it was just like, hey, you're just going to be a songwriter, you can't go out on tour, you can't, play shows, post videos, stuff like that, I don't know what I would do. It wouldn't be good.
I mean, a lot of that's the same for me. Like, I feel like I write because I have to. So it really depends on when I'm feeling inspired. So having a publishing deal, which I worked a ton of jobs for several years, like 4 or 5 years in Nashville, and was just trying to write with anybody who'd write with me. And then finally got a publishing deal, which was a dream come true, clearly, and it still is. But it's a lot of work, man, writing.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 days a week when I first started out, pretty much between me booking my friends that I still wanted to write with. And
all right, I'm in that stage. So.
Yeah, and then writing with all of these massive songwriting heroes or just people you're supposed to just connect with and network with. And it is a lot of work and a lot of energy gone. Like people yeah.
A lot of people, well, you just sit up in Nashville and you just write songs. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's difficult. So quit coming out.
Well, and it's such a fine line. Like, I think creatives in general feel like we aren't allowed to complain because we are doing something that we love because we've made a career out of a passion. Mm-hmm. But I think that's where your mental health starts to just freaking crumble, which I also have had a ton of mental health struggles in my my time in and outside of music. But I think it's really healthy for us to be like, actually, no, this is mentally taxing. And we're comparing apples and oranges if we're talking about physical and mental health.
Oh, yeah. No, and I mean, like I said, I love writing songs, waking up every day and writing songs. So there are times that I wake up and I go, God, what am I going to write about today? I feel like I've, said everything that I want to say. But I love to write, and I enjoy writing with some of the greatest, some people out that have been great friends of mine. And like you said, songwriting heroes. When you sit down in a room to write with Shane Miner and Jonathan Singleton, you go, good God, these guys about to chew me up and spit me out, but they're great. Yeah. They're awesome, and so that's awesome. But yeah, I mean, on the mental health side of stuff, I mean, it's just like when I was on the show, there was a lot of stuff that was going on, and you open yourself up to the whole world having an opinion on you, and like you said, there are times that you can't talk about it because people are gonna be like, well, you're on the show, we all want to do that, shut up. And I'm grateful for it, and it's great. But and I've written songs and been able to kind of use songwriting as my therapy of like, this is the stuff that was going on, and put it on a sheet of paper and be able to sing it. But I mean, it's definitely, it was fun. It was a life changing experience, and I loved it. But when you wake up and the whole world does have an opinion on you, and you get on Twitter, which is Satan's playground, you go, oh God, okay. So, but definitely, I mean, I've used songwriting as a way to kind of, take those feelings and ball them up and sing about them.
Absolutely. And I've done like proof in that being a form of therapy. I've done some work with Creative Vets, which is an incredible organization. And we got to go to Park City, Utah a few months ago and work with some female veterans. It was an all female veteran retreat. And we got to go write some songs from their stories and their experiences. And I felt it, but they also felt it. When we got their songs written, they felt like that trauma and pain and all the secrets and everything heavy they'd been carrying had been put into this form of a song. And so they could go back to the song and feel seen and experience that when they listen to the song, but also they could pack it away in that song. And so that was mind blowing for me to see what someone who hasn't like committed their life to music. So clearly we experience every emotion in music, but to see someone like an outsider of the industry that feels that way truly reminded me what songwriting is even about. Because that's another thing in Nashville. I think you're still very much in your honeymoon stage with songwriting, and I hope you always stay there. But for me, it became like a job. And I'm back in my inspiration spot now. But man, the whole time I've been here, it's just been peaks and valleys of feeling so inspired and like, oh my God, this is the dream, and being so excited to drive into town every day and see the Batman building.
Right.
And then being right back down to like, oh, I have to go to work today, and oh, I have to meet two strangers, and oh, I have to be vulnerable with them and explain what I'm talking about when I say this and yada yada. And it can be a lot. So
Oh yeah, no, I mean, promise you, I've been into some rooms and I'm like, I don't know if I want to tell you all about me.
It's the craziest career for us to like. You go in a therapy session with strangers. It's insane.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been lucky too to kind of find my group of people.
Yeah.
That I'm writing with, and being able to work with, and I mean, obviously, I write with different people all the time, but kind of when you find that core group, or I found, it's kind of like, okay, cool, this is, like a guy like Nate Kenyon is somebody.
Nate can sing his ass off.
Love Nate. Nate and I are good friends. He's another Georgia boy.
Oh my God.
Another, but him and Reed Isbell, I mean, and guys like that I've been like, okay, these are my guys, and I can go into a room and be vulnerable with them. And so, I mean, hell, we wrote that song called "What a Dad" about my dad, and I started crying, and Nate started crying, and I'm like, but that's what it's about, But I don't know if I would have wrote that song if it was just somebody I just met that day, because that's obviously, I mean, a heavy topic.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, I have my crew now too. Very much after almost 8 years, we've been working together and writing together, and we have written some deep, deep stuff. But my God, how lucky we are to have those people who share that same, form of therapy we do and can help us get it out, because it is an experience like no other. But I do want you to get to share a song for us. So I still don't know how to make it any bigger. But if you want to play something, we would love to have it. Me and my guitar, I guess. Me and all these people.
What are you going? You need to play something. What are you gonna play?
I'm gonna play my new song that comes out this Thursday. Shameless plug.
Come on now. All right.
What are you gonna play?
What's the next song? Hold on. How to Hurt. This one's called "How to Hurt Me."
Okay.
So this is that. I don't know how to make a bed for two. Woman with just one. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do. They asked about the both of us. Hadn't got used to the lonely just yet. Hadn't got over the words that you said. I don't know how I'm gonna make it through. There's a few things that I do. I know how it feels to be staring at an empty glass, wishing on the whiskey I can leave her in the past. I know how to make my buddies think I'm wild and free. Well, I know how to get stoned, I know how to go on alone and make it look so easy. And you know how to hurt me. I'm going to do the A&R and just do the verse and the chorus.
Hey, leave them wanting more.
Say that we go. We got another one. We got that one coming out, and I got all kinds of cool stuff. So I want to hear.
Heck yeah, dude.
I want to hear your stuff. You have one coming out in like 3 days.
Yes, I have a song coming out, and this is the last in a line of releases. Oh my gosh, I just saw a comment that said, "God, your voice is a whole ass story." I love that, but yeah, it's a Jerry Springer show story. Sorry, that popped up on my notifications on my fancy iPad because I got an iPad.
Oh, you're doing this
first time.
Look at you. Okay, so who'd you write the song with?
I wrote this with Marty Dodson, the girl. There's a guy in town too, which is pretty nuts. There's 2 Marty Dodsons, but she's one of my best friends. She was a rock star in a freaking band called Saving Jane, which was that song, "She is the prom queen."
Yeah.
Literal rock star. So obsessed with her. We've been friends since I got to town. And Paul Sykes, who produced my EP that comes out next month.
And did he produce this?
Yeah, he produced this one and wrote it with me. So it is a jam. And we wrote it like 4 years ago. So it's been a hot minute.
Okay, can we also, before you I know I just turned into the interviewer. I'm sorry.
No, I love this. That's why I asked you on here. I want you to talk too.
Can we kind of tell the people that are watching and the people that will be watching kind of how sometimes songs take a literal life of their own? I mean, like, for example, this song, 4 years it took, kind of for getting written to getting put out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, House That Built Me was what? An insane amount of years old.
Like one that, like, I think it was You Should Probably Leave. That was like Chris Stapleton, Ashley Gorley, and somebody else. I mean, and that was like written in 2014 and didn't come out to like 20.
Yeah, like every artist in town had passed on it or something. I mean, you hear those stories all day long.
Yeah.
But it's also a process. And I've made some YouTube videos and things just trying to inform anybody who's interested in it, whether they're an artist or writer, whether they're in Nashville or not. But just to kind of show that, because even before TikTok, people will feel like you're teasing a song and they're like, "This is annoying. Quit showing me songs that you're not going to release." And it's not because we don't want to release them. I mean, I'll speak for myself. In my case, it costs so much money to record, pay your producers, pay your players, pay the studio. Then you have to get all of that mixed and mastered. And then you have to either drop it with no promo support, or you have to pay for distribution and do it yourself, or you have a team taking a percentage out for distribution. It is just the most insane business model that you just have kids who love to play songs that are trying to learn, and so
it's that. And then some, I mean, I know for me, it's just kind of been one of those things where, I would love to put out every song. I mean, every song I write, I'd love to throw it out, but it's not, it gets down to the, okay, hey, I've got a tour coming up. I have to have songs for the tour ready to go.
Yep.
So now you have, 50 songs and you're trying to pick your 3 favorites to put out before the tour. I mean, so it really is it's something else. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Another fun thing for tour, I'm sure you're working hard on merch.
Working hard on merch.
Yeah, that's exciting stuff.
And then my favorite thing is definitely figuring out what my tour prank is going to be. You have to have a tour prank.
Oh, God. Of course, that's a priority.
That's probably, as soon as I got the call, I'm like, yeah, I want to go before I'm thinking of a prank.
Between you and Megan is going to be interesting.
Somebody may get hurt. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know who to bet
If
on.
we don't get physically hurt, maybe feelings. But I'll probably get my feelings hurt. But all
I
right,
don't know what horse to bet on that.
let's hear the song. I'll shut up now.
No, yeah. Thanks for sharing everything. Thanks for being here. This has been so fun.
Absolutely.
I'm rooting for you so much, and
I'm
Tony too.
I'm rooting for you. We need somebody from Southwest Arkansas out here.
Yes, we do. We got a few Arkansas, but nobody from around down where I'm from. We're right outside of Texarkana.
I know where that is.
Hey, everybody. Sorry we're ignoring the comments a lot. Did I cut Made to Run? Yes, that is the song you're about to get. We'll do a little verse and a chorus too, but you can go pre-save and pre-order it now in my bio. Very excited. It comes out Thursday, Wednesday at midnight. And I'm going to send... Thank you, Kelly. I'm going to send my maniacs who have subscribed to my email or my text chain my lyric video either tomorrow or Wednesday. I haven't decided. Ooh. So I went back home and got on a horse for the first time in about 8 years, Logan, and it was not like riding a bike.
Well, I don't know how to ride a bike.
Well, you'd have the same luck on a horse.
Great. I won't do it.
Man, I mean, I literally grew up from the time I could sit up on a horse, but I had to cut these clips and slow-mo them and make it look like I was not hanging on for dear life on this horse.
Yeah, if they would have done a video of me on a horse, you'd have had to take my head out because I'd have been screaming the whole time.
I was so sad. You just lose your cowgirl so quickly, so I'm ready to get roasted by every badass cowgirl there is out there, but...
I'm not going to.
Here's my my running on a horse song. I can't wait for y'all to see that video. This one comes out Thursday and it's called Run. And you get to sit there and look awkward, Logan. But you're tiny, so. It'll have to have a stake so deep that I can't pull it out of the ground. It'll have to have a chain real tight to make sure I'm tied down. None of that, if you love it, set it free. 'Cause baby, if you let go of me, there ain't no guarantees I'm sticking around. I made a run, I'm gonna perpetual order. I run when it's something real, and I'll give you run for your money, 'cause this heart, honey, is one you're gonna have to steal. You gotta make me run out of reasons, 'cause boy, I always lean toward believing. Give me something to run to instead of run, 'cause I made a run. Yeah.
You are such a badass songwriter.
Thank you, sir.
And singer. If you have not seen May in concert, I guess, it was one song, but badass.
Well,
stage presence, 10 out of 10. Crowd interaction, 10 out of 10. Everything was 10 out of 10.
You are so sweet.
And then I kept asking you before you went up on stage, I'm like, how do you say your last name? How do you say your last name? And you told me like 4 times, and I think I still messed it up.
Estes.
I thought it was Estes because I'm from Georgia. We just take words short and make them long.
I do have a glowy look with the lighting, but I am the color of whiteout. So there is no Hispanic heritage here, or I would have a lot better skin complexion.
Now, do you see me? I look like a damn sheet of paper. I don't.
We really have to get a Suntan City membership, bud.
Yeah, I know. I need to do something before tour, because if I go on stage looking like this, I'm going to get sunburnt.
What's the stage fits? What can we expect from your style? Are you going like...
No,
bejeweled nudie suits? Are you going like legs out, Levi's cut off? Like
we're
what?
not. If my legs are very white. They're very pale.
So are mine.
I was on stage and I had on shorts. People would probably think I was dead because my legs were so white. Like there was no circulation flowing through my body. I don't know. I actually was on a phone call about that today. I know that it sounds crazy, and it would. A lot of people probably think that's the last thing that we worry about as artists, but we live in such a digital age that it's like, okay, hey, you have to kind of figure out what you want to look like.
Well,
So,
I'm going to roast you first of all because women have it 1,000,000%
no,
harder than
no,
guys. I was playing a show with Brett Shiroki, who's an incredible artist. If y'all don't know who he is, he's a great songwriter. But oh my God, dude plays music like he's breathing. It's the most natural thing to watch. But yeah, I got distracted by my talent, by Brett's talent, even just trying to describe it. Also, my talent is very distracting. Damn, sometimes I'll just be like, ooh. Anyways, I was playing that show with him. Yeah, he's so good. It's so good. But we were talking about styling, and I was getting ready and like having to curl my hair and like do my makeup and do fake lashes, and the guys are just all chilling. They're like, "You want to drink some whiskey?" Like, no, I have to draw my eyebrows on, fellas.
all right. You're like, no, I have to comb my hair, Derek. Shut up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was one of those where I'm just like, trust me, I hate all of this shit, and I'm trying to like make myself look decent because I'm just really bad at girl things also. But no, it's 100% stressful, especially being a new artist trying to define. They say this is like a Nashville saying that they throw around for the folks hanging with us. To dress like you sound.
Yes. Yes.
Is what they want from an artist, but please pick yourself apart and tell me that you can pick an outfit that says what you sound like and everything you stand for and all of your vibes, because it's freaking hard to do.
It is, and it's just like I said, we live in such a world that it's like, hey, everybody wants to see what's on TikTok. What are you posting on social media? And so it's like what you wear and how you present yourself. Because I mean, back in the day, it's like, hey, get on the radio. Nobody can see you. Now it's such a digital world, and it's like what you wear and how you present yourself is a big deal. And trying to figure that out as a young artist, you're just like, because I mean, a lot of people wear the simple blue jeans, t-shirt, backwards ball cap. I don't really want to do that.
You seem like, I mean, at that show especially that I met you at, like you seem like you like to get a little fancied up.
I do. I do like to get a little. I mean, hell, I lived in suits for 3 years when I was working, so I'm like, I felt. I mean, heck, I think I had 4 wardrobe changes during that damn show.
Oh yeah, probably that was a little ridiculous.
But it was it was ridiculous. But that was a production. That entire
dude.
show.
I love that. That used to be the vibe with the rhinestone suits and everything. And I've been watching George and Tammy. But it's like you should dress for the job you wanted, and you treated it like a career because it is. And so you were almost like taking the performance more seriously if you dressed like you appreciated it more. I don't know. Yeah. So no. I think that's a move for sure.
So I love it, but it is stressful because you're like, oh, today I just want to wear sweatpants, but I can't. So
yeah. Or you can, because that's what I'm trying to unlearn from 2020 is that I can't just wear a matching sweatsuit everywhere that I go.
About to say, what in 20? It was just like you could leave the house. I think in 2020 you could leave your house in anything and it was acceptable.
Is this a thing that you had being from a smaller town? So when I live back home or when I go back home, you can't just like go to Walmart looking ratchet, because unless you're prepared to own your ratchetness, because you're going to see at least 10 people that you know and that you do not want to see.
No, I agree. I have to.
So then,
have to like get it together whenever I leave my house.
But then you move to Nashville, and odds of you seeing somebody you know are very slim, especially for me because I live a little outside of Nashville. But I will go looking like I just crawled out of a dumpster.
Yeah, and I always see people see me, or both, in the weirdest places. I mean, like I was at a Golden Pantry in Murfreesboro, and I was pumping gas, eating a biscuit that I just bought. And this lady walked up to me. She's like, "You're from that TV show." I'm like, "Yeah, I look like death, but thank you. It's good to meet you, ma'am." Or like an airport, and like nobody in airports. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the president of the United States. You do not want to get dressed up when you go to an airport.
My husband was just making fun of me for that. He was like, anytime you're traveling, you just give up on everything. And I was like,
I'm airport,
you're so right.
Hat on, sunglasses in the airport, hoodie on, strings pulled on the hoodie, don't care.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Airports, I always get called in the airport. Somebody's like, "Oh, yeah." I'm like, "Oh, gosh." Which is fine. I love when people come up and talk to me, but I'm like, I really look terrible. And they're always like, "Can we get a picture?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but don't post it because I look."
You're going to have to let that go, bud. I think you're
I
good
know.
for a lot of fame. And
I love it. But I love when people come up and talk to me, but it's always like, they always act like when I go and like, iron a shirt or iron my pants and go somewhere, nobody, talks to me, wants a picture. But it's like, yeah, I'm wearing there was one time I was in an airport, I was wearing a pair of like sweat shorts or sweat pants that I had cut off.
No, sir.
And they're like, "Can we get a picture?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but it needs to be like hips up though, because you can't. If my mama saw me like this in public, she'd never talk to me again."
Bro, you gotta own that. If you're brave enough to wear the cutoff sweats, then you're gonna have to own it.
But that's the one thing about being a songwriter that I'm like envious of, the people that are only songwriters and just don't. They'll show up to a writer's round in Crocs. They're like, "We don't care."
They will. That doesn't mean they should, but yes, they will.
I had a friend that showed up to a writer's round in Crocs and then tube socks. I'm like, okay, that's not good.
I think we came out of 2020 a little bit, I don't know, taking ourselves a little less seriously, and that could feel like the opposite for a lot of people. But maybe it was just for me. But when I was really diving into TikTok, even in the middle of COVID, it was like I had to have makeup on and I had to look decent and I had to be cheery and happy and like ready to perform and entertain and engage. And I slowly just could not keep up with that anymore. So I don't understand the people who don't make authentic content, not in a judgmental way, just because I don't know how their mental capacity handles that.
Yeah, most of my content on TikTok is me laying on the couch saying something stupid.
And that's kind of a benefit for both of us, I think, is you started out just being yourself, and so did I. I just started out playing Keith Whitley covers and whatever I wanted, and I know a lot of people, kept scrolling, but the people who stayed, like every one of my followers is here because they heard me sing, and so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I either made mine sing or laugh, or they go, "Oh my God, what's this idiot doing?" But then I came from college too, and there's no dress code in college. You go to college looking like, and you just did not care because you didn't want to be in an 8 a.m. Spanish class. Didn't know, but the teacher didn't want to be there.
But you got some I don't know. I was single in college, so I'm
about to say there was always that one person that would show up in like a ironed polo and khakis with his shirt tucked in. And I'm like, or a girl shows up in like a tennis skirt and like her, makeup done, the hair, everything. And I'm like, it is 8 a.m. We can't see straight.
That must be them Georgia girls, because them Arkansas girls, we don't be trying that hard.
It's the sorority life, I guess, at Georgia. And I'm like, y'all, I have no idea what's going on. It is 7:45. Get me out of this room.
Oh yeah, you can't be doing them early classes, please. Those are not even.
God, they were terrible.
College feels like a lifetime ago for me.
God, it does me too. And I was in there a year ago. I was in there 6-7 months ago.
I was about to say, how old are you?
I'm 22.
22, dude. That's freaking great.
College was I did not yeehaw with college. But I never went. I always went to work. So when I did go, it was, and then I was that idiot that scheduled 8 a.m. like I would do 8 a.m. Friday classes, and in an SEC town, Thursdays, you started getting ready for the ball game on Saturday. You know what I mean? So waking up at 7 o'clock, I'm like, why did I do this to myself?
Oh gosh!
But I did it. I passed. It was an 8 a.m. Spanish class. I made a 72.
Bro, I had to take 2 semesters all in one class of Spanish because it was all I needed to graduate a year early. So I took it the summer after I graduated, technically. And can I speak a lick of Spanish after that? No.
Oh no, I was bad at Spanish. I was the kid that the teacher would call on just to get a laugh.
Yeah, same.
Quit doing that.
Same.
No, that's just funny. It's not funny to me. But yeah, I took classes. I graduated I walked in May. No, I had to take like political statistics, which I did not think that was a real thing.
Oh,
And
Lord.
just Excel spreadsheets coming out of my computer. And I'm like, no. I mean, and I did all that in like a Maymester, and it was the worst 2.5 weeks of my life.
Wow.
What'd you major in?
Mass media communication, because I thought that's like TV, radio, and journalism at the university I went to. And I thought radio was going to be kind of close to music. And turns out it was not. And I think I could be a great radio host
Oh yeah,
today, but
you would do. I think if you started a podcast, I'd listen to it every week.
well, this might turn into it. I've made some like a massive network of friends and industry people and writers and just my family. There's just a lot of interesting people around me that I'm so curious about, and I'm just a curious person in general. I ask a lot of questions, which is awesome and also horrible half the time. But I just felt like it could be super cool to get to know some people that I'm curious about. So you're the first experiment, and I think it's been awesome.
I am patient zero, I guess. Yeah, that's another goal for 2023. I want to start a podcast, which it's in the works, but it would be half.
You definitely should.
It'd be like half industry people, and it wouldn't be like necessarily like artists. It would just be like publishers or publicists or just different people, because I feel like a lot of people that want to get into the music business, but they don't want to be an artist or a writer, and so that would be fun. And then the other half would just be random people. Just find somebody random, just like in a show. And I'm like, you look interesting. Do you want to come be on my podcast?
Well, you're such a character. Like that's the thing, is it's funny to see everything through your perspective. So sorry, it looks like I'm on my phone, but I want to play our game real quick.
Oh, we have a game?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love a game.
Okay. Let's see. I made a plan like right now, so we're so prepared for things. That's how I like to show up, is unprepared for the most part, because it's just more fun.
Yeah, it's just you never know what you're going to get.
All right, so I have a random word generator open on my phone, and Jordan said so my sister's on here. She said she's not afraid to ask uncomfortable questions. Laughing my ass off.
Glad you haven't asked me any uncomfortable questions.
Jordan, that reminds me. I need to ask you some uncomfortable questions. Thanks, Austin. Oh, I'm going to have to ask you an uncomfortable question now. What's uncomfortable?
I'm not giving anything away.
Are you dating anybody?
No, I'm single.
You having a good time with that in Nashville?
I'm not going to comment.
Yeah, once that tour starts, buddy. Megan's got a lot of female fans out there. You're going to need security.
No, I'm not going to comment. I've gone through media training. I know what to say and what not to say.
Oh, have you? That is something I haven't and hope to never have to, because I'm not good at it.
Not fun at all.
That's the thing about being married. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
I'm married, and also as a woman, it's like I don't have to worry about men working with me thinking they're going to get something else out of it, but it's because it's like it's out of the way, bud. I hate most men.
When did y'all get married?
So. What?
When did y'all get married?
We got married in September of 2020. We've been together about 6 years.
So right in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
Wedding, or did y'all have to push it back? Or how did all that work?
I can't remember if we pushed it back. I don't think we did. Which neither of us, it was amazing and awesome, and we loved getting to celebrate with our family, but neither of us really gave a shit about the wedding part of it. Just more like committing to each other in a marriage. But the party was just mostly like stress. That's what weddings kind of are. There's so much prep and stuff that has nothing to do with you or your partner even.
I love going to a wedding, but planning one, I don't. I mean, I feel like my wife's just going to be like, this is what we're doing, and I'll be like, cool, I'll be there on time, and I will try time, but
the next wedding you go to, go look at, I mean, every detail had to be done by somebody, and they either paid somebody to do everything, which is so much money, or they did it themselves, and it's like unfathomable how extravagant weddings get done. I don't understand. I'm too small town for that.
The last one I went to, I sang it. It was one of my really good friends' weddings, and I'm just like, I was sitting there and like talking to the wedding planner, and she was sending me all the documents. I'm like, I just want to know what time I need to be there. Like, I'm sorry, I don't need to know where you got the cake from, dear.
Okay.
Here we go. Game time.
Okay, this is it. Did I go through a few? Yeah, I did, but it's my show. I get to make the rules. Okay. This was the only one I could think of that I could even name a song with. Sing me a little bit of a song with the word blonde.
Blonde. I'm blanking. I'm so nervous. Hold on. Oh God, I'm. This is so
the worst game ever to throw on somebody, and I love it.
Oh God, blonde. Oh my God, I'm actually blanking.
There's probably, so I can't think of any that's like in country.
I'm actually shaking.
There's got to be. Don't be nervous. You're fine. It's all good. There's got to be something like her blonde hair blowing in the breeze or something, right? In a song. I feel like there's got to be 10 Jason Aldean songs.
Yeah, no, I'm going through. Oh my God.
Grundy County Auction first course. They're trying to help you before he cheats.
Oh yeah, before he cheats. What's the hold on, I'm trying to think of the
Right now, he's probably slow dancing with a
Beach Blonde.
Blonde Tramp.
Yes. God, I'm so bad at names.
Oh, Grundy County Auction.
Where does it say blonde in there?
And I'm sold to the lady with the long blonde. If you're dissecting lyrics of songs that you know forwards and backwards, all of a sudden you forget them.
That's what I'm saying.
I could sing you that song in a heartbeat, but if I'm trying to like think of the lyrics and say them, it's a no from me, dog.
I was about to say it was.
Oh, ruby red lips, blonde hair, blue eyes, and I'm about to bid my.
There it is.
They think we're idiots. We kind
of. Well, let me get another one. That was awful. I can't do. Can you cut that from the dang episode?
I'll think about it.
My dad's gonna see this and he's gonna block my phone number.
Dude, that was really hard. I'm sorry about it, but the fact that you want another one, get back up on the horse, kid. I love the attitude. Also, these comments, they're kind of killing the game, like better than both of us.
They win.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
I don't know how to pronounce that word, so we're gonna go again.
There we go.
Ball. Day ever.
Kenny Chesney, Boys of Fall.
Okay.
Turning face the stars is trying to. What is it? Right. Backpedal and butterfly. Call it in the air. All right. Yes, sir. We want the ball. Boom.
Winner, dude. I gotta get some kind of gift to be able to get.
I wanna. Don't you have stickers?
I do. I gotta get you a sticker.
Give me since I did that and didn't screw it up terribly. Give me a sticker. I'll put it on my laptop.
I need to make some that's like, you didn't completely suck at the MAEDAY game.
You need to have. Yeah, you need to make like the MAEDAY podcast.
Bro, I do good to get up and bathe and brush my teeth and put pants on and get out of my house to where I'm supposed to be going. I just am not sure that I can take on a podcast right now.
Hold on. Now that I have, hold on. I have my computer with me, so I'm gonna do a random word, and you're gonna have to do it. You didn't think
this guy thinks he gets to wear the cutoff sweatpants on this show. Let's go.
All right, hold on.
Morgan, this is fun, isn't it?
All right. All
I
right.
love stuff. Well, orange?
Jealous.
But you said orange. Um, this is probably not a song that a lot of people know, but it's a Shania Twain song. And it's like, if I was a moon, I could catch your eye. I'm jealous of the moon.
But
It's such a good song. Yeah, I'm better than you.
you are. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it again because I was kind of. You just whooped my butt. So
Yeah, sorry. We'll let you study up and come back and maybe redeem yourself.
that's great. Thank.
Okay.
That's very nice of you.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed because my whole brain is just full of country music, lyrics, and knowledge. That's all that's up there. It's crazy. I wish there was an actual game that I could win at because I have
Well, listen to this idea for when we're on tour. I'm thinking about doing like since we're going to these like college towns, walk around on their campus with like a little mini mic and doing country music trivia. And if you answer 3 questions correctly, then you get like if you don't have a ticket to the show, you'll get a ticket to the show, or you can get like a piece of merch or something.
That sounds like a great idea.
So I think that's gonna be great. So between your random word turned into a country song and that, I feel like we're gonna be CMT needs a game show and we need to co-host it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Are you kidding? Oh man. Okay, now we got to find somebody who'll give us a lot of money for us to get that going.
Correct.
You guys just leave a comment if you want to give us. Let's just say a milli would probably get us started.
We could probably do it on.
I want a rhinestone suit, like for sure. So we better.
Well, I feel like CMT would pay for the wardrobe.
I'm not sure how any of this industry stuff works, but that would be awesome.
I mean, I think that we would have a. I think the ratings for that show would be out. I mean, that it would be. We'd win an.
But what if we like? I mean, I feel like we might physically fist fight at some point after enough time together.
What do you and I?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we would be co-hosting it, and we'd have other
fun.
I feel like, I mean, I may fist fight one of the contestants.
Yeah.
Actually, let me
all the cool contestants we could have.
That would be like Steve Harvey when he does like Family Feud, and some of the people say some of the stupidest things, and he's just like, "I want to slap you so bad right now," and he knows that.
We played. There's a board game of Family Feud, and we played that at Christmas. And oh my God, everybody needs to go get that game because it was so. And we played that at Christmas, and oh my God, everybody needs to go get that game because it was so traumatic and hilarious at the same time.
I didn't do. We played aggravation.
Why don't I remember what that is?
It's the game where like you can. I don't really know how to explain it. It's a board game, and like other players can like send you back to base, and you have to like.
Okay, that's coming back to me now.
It's heinous, and we played it with my nana, who's 76, and she was really good at it. And we were all sitting there, and we're like, "Hey, you need to chill out because things get physical in our family, and we don't need you getting hurt." And she's like, "Bring it on," and we're like, "Well, she probably whip our butts."
That makes it so much more fun. I will get livid over a game of Uno.
Uno, I don't do Uno. Well, have you ever played the game President?
No, I don't think.
It's also it's the other name for it is asshole.
I think I'd be good at that.
And so, no, not you. But yeah, no, it's like one of those games that you get. I mean, the point is for you to get screwed over.
Yeah.
And we were at the beach with some of our friends, and we almost came to blows.
I bet you're pretty good at the card game bullshit. Like, I feel like you can poker face and lie your way through some stuff.
No, it depends on what it is. If it's like, if I'm really lying, if it's just like a little white lie, then I can. But if it's like a blatant lie, I'll start laughing. Like poker, terrible at poker.
You heard it here, ladies. You heard it here first. He can tell a little white lie easily, but the real stuff. He's a great guy.
I,
You can text this number that I'm going to post after if you want to set up a date with Logan.
Okay, what is this?
I'm just kidding.
Harmony.com?
Redneckromance.com.
Redneck Farmers Only. Here we go.
Farmers and some other people.com.
There we go.
Uno and Key West. Okay, cool. Well, dude, I've taken a lot of your time, but I appreciate you so much for hanging with me. Anything you want to leave the folks with? We're going to post this to YouTube after so people can go watch it if they couldn't catch us live.
I've got nothing. I feel like at the end of all these, you say, follow my social medias.
Yes.
It's real Logan Crosby on everything. I have music coming out in February and then March, and then I'm on tour with Megan Maroney. And then after that, know what's going on. We'll figure it out.
You will be booked out to 2025 by the end of that tour. I have no doubt. And we're excited to get to watch what you do. Hopefully we keep growing this thing and we'll get to do this in person and get to sing some songs together and get to play some shows and all of that coming up. But I am rooting for you and can't wait to hear your new music coming out. And thank you again for joining me on.
I'm rooting for you. You're the best. You're great.
My gosh.
Thank you for letting me be the first.
Yes, sir. I expect a call for your podcast soon.
Oh, you will be on the podcast. And I will have a plethora of questions and games ready to go.
I'll bring my bad attitude. Don't you worry.
There we go. Well, if you bring yours, I will bring mine.
Let's go. Well, have a good rest of your week. Thank you so much. This is Logan Crosby, y'all.
All right. Good to see you. I'll see you later.
All right. Bye, dude. All right, y'all. I'm going to post this on my YouTube for replay. If you missed something, you came in late, all that jazz. Super exciting getting to have a guest on for the first time. I'm going to keep doing this as much as possible. There may still be some just where I come pop on and hang if scheduling gets kind of hard because we have a lot of exciting things coming in 2023, like a lot. But first things first, this Thursday you can go pre-save or pre-order my song Run because this Thursday it comes out. Linked in my bio and on my website at the top of it, everything, all the places everywhere. And then I have an EP coming out February 16th. It's my very first project of any kind. We're going to get some CDs printed and celebrate this massive, massive goal that a lot of people have worked really, really hard to make happen. So really excited about that. Thank y'all for hanging with me again on a MAEDAY Monday. This has been the coolest family to build, and I'm so grateful y'all are here. Y'all make sure to go follow Real Logan Crosby. I think he is just a super fun personality that just entered the country music industry, and I'm excited to see him host all of the things and check off all of the music goals he has, and hopefully keep catching up with him on this series also. So we'll update you as he has fun stuff going on. But thanks again for hanging. I will see you next Monday. Go